podcast. My name is Dr. G, guys, as you guys know. And the topic for today, guys, is can you fall in love with more than one person at once? And the topic goes by can you fall in love with more than one person at once? And as you guys go, today we have a special guest for you guys. As usual, we have our co-hosts, Mr. Pat and Miss B. Mr. Pat, how's it going, my brother?
It's going, man. How's it going for you?
Pretty good, sir. Miss B, what's going on?
Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. I'm all right. How are you doing, G?
There you go.
Or Dr. G?
Everything is good, Miss B. Everything is good. We're going to have a great show for the guys. Share the live, guys. As you guys know, my name is Dr. G. And the topic for today, before we introduce our special guest, the topic for today, guys, can you fall in love with more than one person at once? Before anything, guys, the special guest is my brother, my brother.
Hey, family in the house.
Yes. The special guest is my left. He knows what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about, bro?
So, his name is Mr. Lucas. Without further ado, guys, let us introduce our special guest for tonight. Tonight's show is gonna be a special episode, guys. Share the life. Mr. Lucas, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you guys all doing? My name is Luke. As you said before, everyone on this table here, I know everyone from back in the days. We go way back. And I'm here to see if I could present to you guys a good show. You know.
Interesting. I'm loving it, guys.
Okay, you sound confident. You gonna deliver?
Oh, you damn right I am.
Yes, sir, Mr. Are you ready, Mr. Luco?
Yes, sir.
I'm loving
Present
it. I'm loving it.
All of it.
There you go. Before we start the topic, guys, I have a question for you guys. When you guys doing number 2, eh?
Hey.
Somebody asked me to ask you guys, since you guys are men, right? When you guys doing number 2, do you guys leave it out or you guys left it?
Leave what out, bro?
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you leave your thing swinging?
Man asking if you leaving your strong swinging, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Luke, come strong with it. Okay. So let's start with our special guest, Mr. Luco. What do you do? Do you leave it out or you put it in?
Oh, my goodness.
Pause.
Pause.
No, man, there's no way you could leave it in. I don't know what kind of toilet you have, but the toilet that I have, there's no way you can leave it in, man. You have to leave it outside the bowl.
Hey.
After you pee. That is after you pee, though. Don't forget to put it in when you peeing.
Oh, my goodness. Actually, I didn't think of that. But wouldn't you guys normally stand to pee and then...
Oh no!
You know,
what are you talking about?
Oh, well, I see.
If you're taking a shit, everything is in the bowl.
Yes, sir.
You don't stand and pee. Then after that, no. Everything's in the bowl.
It's not happening. Okay.
Interesting. I don't know all that, by the way.
Oh, what you mean you don't know all that? What do you do? Now I'm curious. What do you do? Do you do something different than Lucas?
No, if you peeing, I thought you were, as a man, you stand, right? To pee.
So I'm guessing you stand.
When I'm peeing, yes.
You stand, and then if you're doing number 2, you sit down. What
There
do you
you
do
go.
with your thing? Does it let it swinging, or is it on top of the bowl?
It's out. We leave
It's
it out.
It's out.
Mr. Pat, what do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have to agree with Luke. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, everything's in the bowl peeing.
But sometimes you have to put it across, and sometimes you just do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, going off with this though, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do you take a shit with all your clothes on or your clothes off?
My boy, listen.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, I leave my shit on. The only thing that's off is my bottom clothes. Like that's about it.
I mean, it's
So let me ask you this.
It's depending where you're at, man.
let me ask you this, Luke. So you take all your clothes off?
Bro, there is no way on earth that I'm taking a shit that I have my clothes on.
Oh, God.
The only thing that's staying on is my socks.
All right, let me ask you this. So let's say
Interesting.
you have an emergency and you out. You're not home. you gone to a McDonald's or any type of like fast food restaurant to just like take a shit. You take everything off.
It don't matter where I'm at.
Damn,
If I
brother.
Oh my goodness. Share the live, guys. Share the live. We're going to start the topic soon.
Don't matter where I'm at.
Don't matter where you
Wow. Oh my goodness. Taking everything off. Interesting.
Man.
Quick story before we start, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Like a couple of years ago, you know, I was coming down to New Jersey to see my family, and I don't know what got onto me. One Saturday morning, decided to go for a jog. This is a story that I tell my wife all the time, and she cracked up. So, as I'm taking a run, and I feel like I really had to go. When I tell you, you never had that feeling where like it's really right there in the tip. So, I went to this Dunkin' Donut. Mind you, I was running, so I was sweating.
Oh my
You know what
God.
I'm saying? So I closed the door, took all my clothes off, right? And I'm sitting in this toilet with my thing outside, with my schlong outside
The bowl.
outside the bowl. And I'm there concentrating, sweating. And all of a sudden the door opened.
Oh!
Yo, all of a sudden the door opened.
Ooh.
And it was this white lady, like an older lady, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, "Oh my!" Like she literally see that.
At least she wasn't a Karen.
Yeah, she saw the anaconda. She was, whoo, "Oh my!" And then she walked right out.
It's the self hype for me.
So that was
That was funny.
That was interesting.
that was a moment. I bet you she'll never forget.
Nah, you traumatized her.
Oh my goodness. Alright guys, share the live guys. As I told you guys, we're gonna have a banger show for you guys tonight. And the topic goes by, can you fall in love with more than one person at once? And then Mr. Luco, I'm gonna have to start with you as our special guest, my brother.
Yeah.
What do you think? Can you fall in love with more than one person at once? What do you think, my brother? Mr. Lucas?
The honest truth is, yes, you can.
How so?
Look, I think that I'm a perfect example for it, right? Let's put it this way. Hold up now. I know there are people who's gonna say, well, you were married, but the thing is, I think it depends on the person and how you take how you close off yourself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a person. I love one woman in my life right now. I love only one woman.
Got it.
But if I decided to open that door to love another person, that's possible. You know what I'm saying? That's possible. But if you decided that like, yo, I wanna love one person in my life, that's all you're gonna do. You know, like as myself, I only love one person. So
Go ahead, Ms.
but
B.
you can, definitely.
But you're saying like loving somebody, but being in love with two people at once, like in love with that fire, ignite
Yes,
all of
with
it
the-
at
with
once.
with the same feeling. With the
Interesting.
same feeling, that's possible.
You want to give us an example as of like, in what way this can be possible?
So when you love somebody, right?
Right.
What is it that you do? What is the loving part that you do with that person? Like, what do you love about that person? Like, what is that love you have for that person? What it is? What is it?
I mean, the question's thrown at you. I mean,
No, I'm telling you, because the thing is, the person that I love right now, I love everything about her.
right.
The way she smell, the way she looks, the way she walk, the way she wake up, everything, like to go into details. And I'm sure you could find the exact same thing in another person.
Right.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? You could find the exact same thing in another person, and that could create a love. Let me tell you another thing. When you walking around, right? Don't you like see? Have you ever seen a woman? You be like, damn, she's fine.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But in a way, she's attractive to you. I mean, like you're attractive to that person, right?
Yeah.
You're like, yo, she got the quality look that I'm looking for in a woman.
Yeah.
But if you open yourself to that woman and decided to meet that person, you could definitely like fall in love with them the exact same way you fall in love with your partner right now.
Interesting. I mean, your wife, it's a lifetime commitment, and you
Yeah.
spend time to actually get to know her.
Exactly.
But for someone that you just see, like it's just someone attractive that you just see, and then talk to that person, you're like, oh shit, I'm in love with her. You don't think this is just kind of like too soon to figure that out?
What he's saying to open the possibility.
Possibility.
The possibility of falling in love. Well,
But the question is that that
Can you be in love
exactly?
can you be in love with both of them, like
at the same time?
at the same time?
It's the same thing. You in love with your partner right now. You could be in love with somebody else at the same time.
Well, not really, because okay, so loving your partner, that's gonna be it. But being in love is like, think of it as the honeymoon stages.
Yeah.
Like, when everything is kind of like fire up, like, the excitement, the everything, like, to try something new and everything. After a while, that fire, becomes something more, which developed to how you have that deep connection to love her even more. But that first little phase that you have, that's the in love part. Can you have that same feeling for someone else at the same time?
Look, if you ever think about like going on a date with somebody else other than your partner, you ever think about that?
Do I have a date? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can.
Like-
Yep.
If I were to go on a date with another woman, all right, that same feeling I had when I dated my wife, it would be the same thing. It would
But
be
it's
all
not
over.
at the same time.
But wait, so you go on a date. When I first met my wife and I went on a date with her, we had dinner.
Okay.
We had a little bit of drink. We laughed. We talked. We laughed. And then I started develop feelings for her. Right? That's how it started. So if I take another woman to a date, I think these feelings can exactly be the same. If not, probably more.
Okay.
In a way that like, damn, I miss dating. I miss having those like little tangly feelings of like talking to somebody and all that stuff. Not, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that like, if you open yourself to that position, then it will happen.
Okay.
You know?
Interesting.
Interesting. I'm gonna get back to you, Mr. Lucas. Mr. Pat, what do you think?
Can you fall in love? And listen, I'm gonna have to agree with my boy Luke. Yes, you can fall in love with two people at the same time. The reason why, emotional complexity. So that's the first reason. The second reason, there's different type of love.
Hold on. Before you go any further, so what do you mean by emotional complexity?
Okay. Love the human emotions are complex, right?
Okay.
So like what I'm saying by that is just like you can definitely have different sense of feelings for anybody depending on the type of connection you're getting from them. So like let's say I can fall in love with you just because you smell good, or I can just fall in love with the other with another person because of their sense of humor. Right.
Interesting.
So like it is possible to have deep emotions for whatever is attracting you from that person. Right. So like I was saying, and there's another type is the timing and circumstances. Right. So there's different time in your life that you might meet somebody and period of time that you're in your life, mentally. It's clearly possible. So like let's say I can give the example on me, right? So like when I was like teenager or whatsoever, I find myself falling in love with two people.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean I was in love with two people at the same time because it was different time of my life where emotionally I was kind of like trying to understand what I was feeling, and what I was feeling at that time was I'm in love with both of them. You feel what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
like, it was that time of my life where, and the circumstances was like I was trying to understand these feelings. I'm talking about like freshman high school. I'm trying to understand what I'm feeling for these two people, and come to find out I was in love with both of them. And quite honestly, there were experiences that happened with both of them. Different period of time because I was so eager to explore what I was feeling. So why am I in love with these two people?
Okay, so let me ask you.
I ended up exploring what I was feeling with them in different period of time in my life, but in that particular time when that started, those feelings started, were like it was identical. I was feeling the same thing for both of them. So that's what I'm saying.
You were feeling the same thing you said?
Yeah, as if like I'm in love with both of them at the same time.
Okay, I got questions for you.
ahead.
Let's go to Miss B. Miss B, what do you think? Can you fall in love with more than one person at once?
Personally, no. I don't think I can fall in love with two people at once. I mean, I can have feelings for two people at once. I can love two people at once, but being in love at the same time for two people, I don't think it's possible for me.
Why not?
Well, I mean, I'm going to use my friend's example of being in love. Think of matches, right? That little red part when you light it up.
Okay.
You see that fire? Think of being in love when you first meet your partner, right? You light it up. Your emotions are now so fired up. And I think at that time when you are in love, your time and energy is now redirected to that person. You know, you are constantly thinking about them, thinking about their needs, their desires, and trying to fulfill those needs and things like that. So I don't think I could do this for someone else at the same time, because I feel like if I have to now take the same thing I'm feeling for that person and turn around and take that energy and send it to someone else, I'd be overwhelmed.
But as Mr. Pat said, don't you think the complexity like is not the same? You can fall in love with two people, but not the same love.
It's not the same love.
So are you in love with them? That's what I'm saying. So my thing about it is that, okay, so I can love you, but being in love with you where I am like, you are literally the center of my world. If I have to do that for two people, that would increase the possibility of a burnout.
I mean, I get it. As a woman, that's the way you should feel anyway. So,
interesting. Okay.
What do you mean by that, brother?
as a woman, it's because as a woman, it's kind of hard for female to handle two guys at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's different from guys.
Yeah. I
Get
mean,
it?
I can agree with you to a certain extent. So yeah.
So Mr. Luco.
Yes, sir.
So, what is love to you? Before I get to my other question.
Unexplainable, man. Love is different. It's very unexplainable. Like, to think about that, you could fall in love with anybody. Like, let's think about the time we have right now, where we got like different, like people are from different backgrounds. What do you call it when you fall in love with someone from another country?
Ethnicity, like
Ethnicity?
Long distance relationship?
No. When you fall in love with somebody from a different country, like not your own racial,
Biracial, whatever.
yeah. But anyway, when you like, there are people who can't fall in love like that. They'll fall in love with their own kind. But if we actually looking into the love word, it's just unexplainable. Love is different. Love is coming from inside. It will never show itself in the outside.
Okay.
You gotta have your feeling inside for it. So that's what I think of love, man.
Is that
Interesting. So that's what you think love is for you? Like that's
Like
Is
that
that what you're saying?
internal feeling.
okay.
Yeah, an internal feeling. Like
And,
the
but
way-
what does it mean to be in love then?
Oh, that's just completely different.
So what does that look like for you?
So you could love somebody, like you could literally love somebody within seconds. But to
Wow.
be in love, yeah, you could literally. Come on.
Here,
you
I thought
guys-
it
you
was
guys
the
both
other way
know-
around.
No. You guys
Interesting.
both know me growing up,
Okay.
and I would literally come up to these guys and be like, "I think I love that girl, man." Yeah, they look at me crazy. They're like, "What the hell are you talking about, man?" I'm like, "Yeah." Because that's the kind of person that I was. I was a very emotional person, so love came to me very easily. Now, to be in love with somebody is different. It requires work. It requires that, like, can you see yourself living with that person? Can you see yourself, like, going out in public with that person? Can you, like, what is that person, what kind of love that person bringing to the table that kind of attracts you? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think of, like, being in love with somebody.
But that is the main question though. Can you see yourself doing that with two people at the same time?
Yes.
Then let me ask you this. So you describe it about what it looks like. So internally, what do you feel like the difference between the in love part and the love? What is the energy there? What is the level? Would you say?
So right now, I'm in love with my wife. Reason why? Because I have taken that initial step of getting from loving her to being in love with her in a way of like she would being in love with my wife back then was just like calling her on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like discovering these little tiny like feelings for her. You know, and then as time goes on, you started to be like, damn, I cannot be like 1 second without that person. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't be away from that person for too long. You know, that's what I believe that like when you decide when those moments comes in that you know that you're falling in love with them. You know.
Okay. I'm gonna get back to you. Miss B,
Yeah.
what is love to you? The fact that you said no, you cannot. You said it's impossible, right?
For me to be in love.
Fall in love with two people at the same time.
So being in love with two people at once, that's what I mean. But loving two people at once, that's
Let's
fairly
take to the question
possible.
then.
So
topic.
being in love with
Yes.
somebody at once, like I said, is just the idea of so being in love with somebody. Like I said, you have a lot of energy that you are putting in, right? And I feel like at that particular moment when you are feeling all of these feelings, experience all of these things, you have tunnel vision. And I don't see you could split it two ways. The only way I could see that someone is being in love and call it person A and person B, if I am in love with person A right now and I meet person B, to be in order for the possibility for me to be in love with person B, I have to be like my energy or something has to happen where I am no longer in love with person A, that I am now redirecting that energy to be in love with person B. But there's no way it could happen at the exact same time where I'm feeling the exact same feeling, strong emotion, and that excitement for both of them where I want to meet both of their needs.
So, would you agree, as you say, love is not finite? Would you say love is finite? Because the way you explain it, so there's a limit to love multiple people at the same time.
So we're talking about love or in love?
And love, yeah, exactly. And love.
So repeat the question then.
So, as they say, love is not finite, right? It's infinite. So, if you can love that person the way you explain it, so you can love somebody else the same way.
You can absolutely love two people at once, but you can be in love with two people at once.
So, what's the difference?
Okay, so loving you, and I think that's where me and Luke have the disconnect. For me, I think about being in love with somebody is when that fire starts, okay? But it doesn't mean that it has to be at the beginning of the relationship. Sometimes you grow to love somebody, and as you grow these feelings, that's when you get that thrill. So it could be in the middle of the relationship, but that exact moment, the thrill itself, it typically doesn't last as long. It only you start to love that person, to grow that deep feeling once that fire start. I guess, let me rephrase that. Once that fire ignite itself, correct? You are starting to see that person in that new light. And I don't know, ladies, you guys know that sometimes that when you are in love with that person, your friends could tell you about all of his red flags and you're like, no, it's not a red flags. You know, and I'm not saying you're blind. You simply, in your mind, justifying his action. Because to you right now, there's nothing that can, I'm not saying there's literally nothing, but there are some things. But because it just, right now, he's literally the center of your world. And there's no way two people could be the center of your world. That's what I mean.
Interesting. Mr. Pat,
Yes, sir.
you said yes, you can love
Yes.
more than one person at once, right?
Yes, sir.
So as they say, so don't you think they say if you fall in love with somebody else, that means you're not love the first one. You didn't love the first one.
Right.
So you don't. Would you agree with that saying? They say
No,
if you
love is a complex and multifaceted emotion that that can take place and that can take many forms.
Okay.
Right. And it requires deep affection, cares, and attachment.
Okay.
So you can have different type of attachment with anybody, right? And like you said, love is not finite. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that I can explore in different form.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
So earlier you said that you realized that you had that same strong feeling for that person, for those two people.
Yeah.
Were each person feeling a different types of needs for you emotionally?
Yeah. Different type of
Do you want to
emotions,
elaborate, or you want to keep that personal?
I mean, I don't mind because this is not me. Now I'm talking about like me back then.
past.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't mind elaborate. So what's your question?
So what was these emotional needs that you were getting from each individuals?
So it was all these emotions that I was feeling. So like the emotion is of like they all have different character, and I was in love with both of the characters.
Interesting.
So like, let's say, like I said, like let's just keep it simple. Let's say like if you smell good, and I love the fact that you smell good, and I fell in love because you smell good. And if the other one, let's say, knows how to cook, damn, she knows how to cook. I'm in love with her because she knows how to cook.
Oh, come
And-
on. You would literally
Yeah.
be in love
No,
with
I'm
somebody
just
for that?
It was just an example,
Okay,
right? It
alright.
was just an example to, explain to you the different characters that actually can make, somebody fell in love with two people at the same time. Because they occupy different tasks upon their feelings. It's just like, it's fair. It's completed. I mean, once you grow, you get to a point where you understand your feelings more. You can actually have to make you actually have to put yourself in a position where you have to make a decision. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So you have to, drop all these feelings to one person. Like you don't have to look elsewhere, to actually make yourself complete. So that's when you're gonna have to, take somebody with their flaws and stuff like that, and love them for who they are, and hopefully they love you for who you are. So
Okay.
Okay, interesting. Mr. Luco, let me ask you that, Mr. Lucas. Earlier you said that it takes low time for you to stay on the phone with your wife and certain routine, develop a certain routine, right? Would you say that you love your wife because of, you just love your wife because it's love, it's real love?
Oh no, because it's real love, not just because of.
Okay,
I love my wife because it's real love. The
Interesting.
way she makes me feel, that's real.
nice.
You know what I'm saying? What she showed me is real.
You just said because the way she makes you feel.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. The love, that's
Real.
the feeling you're receiving, and now you have to reciprocate that feeling back. Let me ask you this, because
Okay, Miss B.
what do you think love is then? Or in love, both of them?
Love, I think love is undescribable, so you can't describe love. If you can't describe it, that's not real love.
Then what does it mean to you to be in love? What does that feel like to you? What does that look like to you?
To fall in love,
To be in love?
to be in love, I will say because of a lot of things. People don't want to say it, but I must say it. So only there's no such thing as unconditional love.
Okay.
Only your mom or your only your mom can give you that. So most people love people because of the way they makes them, the way they makes them feel, the way they treat them, the way they do this for them, the way they do that for them. You feel
Well,
that?
there's
The
got to be
condition.
something. You got to
Ex-
receive something. Because
There you go.
if you're not receiving something, then you're not feeling something.
No.
so you gotta
can't
receive
feel
it.
something without receiving anything.
You have.
As I told you, without
How you supposed to receive it when
Nah.
it's not being given to you? When it's not given, unless it's okay. So that energy, that being in love, how you supposed to receive that energy if it's not given? Then
that's the thing though. So, love, you don't have to receive it. You just feel it.
yeah.
okay. So feeling that love, right? That internal feeling you're getting. You don't get it by someone being mean to you, being rude to you, by, abusing you. You get it by certain actions and behaviors that kind of like, when that person somehow does this, it gives you that warm, comfy feeling, and somehow it makes your heart smile. It literally could just be like, waking you up, or, calling you and sending you a text, and it's like, hey, just checking in you. It could be the littlest thing, or even just them passing by and then just, stroking your hair or
That's what
whatnot.
I'm saying. Love
So
like
it's-
that is because of.
because of the condition.
The real love is in spite of I still love you. That's
Yeah.
real love.
It's like let's say you in love with somebody because of the condition they offer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like once that stop, you will stop loving that person. You will stop being in love. That means you never loved them at the first place.
Exactly. That's
Right? That's what I say. Only dogs and babies are loved unconditionally. Right? What I mean? So like because the moment that person start abusing, let's say like I'm just repeating what you said, abusing you like verbally or whatsoever, you're gonna stop loving that person. That means you never love that person. You can choose not to be with that person, but never stop loving them. Because if you love that person, you should never stop loving them.
you got it, Miss B. Is you confused?
Although that okay, me and you cannot be together, you should never stop loving them. Because you decided to love that person. You decided being in love with that person. I mean, we can literally like jump into the Bible real quick. I'm gonna let you talk, but let's say like we are sinners, right? As we stated, God still loves us. Although that we not respecting His wills and whatsoever, He still loves us. He still sent His Son dying for us. Although that we not respecting Him, He still loves us.
Let's get back to
Right?
the topic. Let's
So,
get back to the
That's
topic.
what I'm saying. So just because you not compatible or you not living with that person does not mean you should stop loving. If you love that person, if you loved that person, you should never stop loving that person. Once you stop, that means you never loved them. You love the condition they were offering.
Because of Mr. Lucas, do you have anything to say about?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
go
no,
ahead.
no,
Go
no,
for
I
it.
got something to say to you.
Go for it.
Are you ever been in love?
Right.
Have you ever been in love? Interesting.
I'm in love with my wife right now.
Have you ever been in love with two people at once?
That haven't happened, but I always think it's possible.
It's
It's
possible.
very possible. Yeah.
So your answer is yes, you can.
Yeah, of course you can. Yes, definitely.
And
Easy.
how's
Even
that?
more than
How's
two.
that, brother? How can you be in love with two people at the same time? Let's say,
How?
if you think it's possible, and what's that story behind it?
That's what I said earlier. You love people because of, as you said, I agree with you, complexity, right? So the way, let's take Luke as an example as a woman. The way Luke makes me feel as a woman, you as a, as
How there is a woman on this table. How you gonna take me? Yo, hold up 1 second.
Pause, man.
Whoa.
What are we doing?
Sorry, bro.
Let's continue. That's what I said as an example, though, as an example. So, okay, let's say the way somebody some women make me feel, some others don't make me feel the same way. Especially as you said, Mr. Luco, different background, different ethnicity, right? They don't do it the same way. So you probably like this one today. that one tomorrow. Because as a man, you can't handle multiple of them at the same time. If you want to perpetuate your energy like that, in a sense. If you want to move your energy like that, it's very possible. As for the woman, I agree with Miss B too. It's impossible.
But that's the thing, though.
Go for it.
I don't think the woman will ever agree. But do you think your woman will ever agree to you being in love with another person
My
in
wife?
the same relationship? Even though the love is not gonna be, you're not gonna give both of them the same love. You're gonna love one more than the other. I get that, but do you think she'll agree to it?
She should agree to it. That's why I would agree.
Yo, this guy says she should agree to it.
No. I said no. As my wife right now, nah. She's too jealous for that. But if I want to do that, I'll go to Africa though.
Okay, so let's say. Okay,
Wow, what are you
let's say
saying about the Africans?
Let's say your wife would agree with that. Would you do it?
No, I won't do it.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of, I'm not gonna say I'm smart, but I know.
You know what? What do you know?
I know the type of responsibility I won't be able to, because I got other stuff going on.
Right.
Not if you're with somebody, you gotta spend time with them. So I'm not willing to spend time with two different people at the same time.
Right.
You feel me? So I don't wanna do it. But yeah. Yep, Mr. Luco. Go ahead, Miss B.
I want to say something. Okay. And I want to ask you a question first. When you love somebody, because you both say that, supposed to be in spite of, and all of that fun stuff, all of that great things. Sounds really nice. Um, you love somebody, and this, woman, I don't know, do something to you or cheated on you and stuff like that or whatnot. So, yeah, you don't like cheating, so it hurt you and whatnot. Would you still love her in the same level that you used to love her before that you find out that she cheated?
To me, the question is to me.
Yeah, you could answer and G can answer after.
I can still love her the same way. I'll probably not being with her,
Okay.
but I still love her.
And G, you think that same level, it will be the same for you?
I wanna answer you correctly. Can you repeat the question, please?
Absolutely.
Good.
If you love your wife,
Uh-huh.
right, and the whole love thing, even if you love your wife and all of that fun stuff that you got said, that no matter what happened, that love should still be there, because otherwise you never actually loved her. So let's say she did something. I don't know what is the worst thing that someone could do in a relationship to you that would literally is a big no. For me, it's cheating. So I'm gonna start with the cheating. So if your wife cheat on you and you find out, and with all the hurt and everything, would you still love her in the same level that you loved her prior to knowing that she cheated with you with another man?
If I stay with her,
If you would still love her in that same level?
no.
Okay.
If I do love her the same way I used to love, that's when I never loved that before. So listen, that's what I said. Unconditional love.
What do you mean by that?
There is no such thing as unconditional love.
You said you will not love her
The same way.
the same way.
No.
And you said why? Why is that? Why would you not love her?
Because
the
it's not
same way?
unconditional love.
I just look confused right now.
Because it's not. It's not. If it was unconditional
So-
love, I was gonna love her in spite of.
So you don't love her unconditionally?
So you.
What?
So you.
I'm asking you a question, brother.
Well,
I just answered you.
I'm asking you a question.
No, I don't love my wife. And listen. So, do you know how many people are listen?
Bruh, stop. Yo,
You want to sleep in bed today?
oh my goodness,
you
you're
wanna
definitely
take this
sleeping in the
off.
couch. But I think I understand what he's saying, though.
No, I get
But I
it.
do think that unconditional love doesn't mean that. Okay, so when you love somebody or in love with somebody, however you want to put it right now, there are certain feelings that you receive, you're going to reciprocate. And when that person, take an action that actually hurt you, sometimes it conflict, right? Those two feelings now has to battle each other. It doesn't mean that you don't care for the person, you don't love them, but right now you simply can't love her at the same, I guess, capacity that you used to. So now, that's why they say sometimes you have to love somebody from afar. I'll miss you. I'll care for you. I'll still love you, but I cannot continue this journey with you, kind of thing like that. So that's why I feel like it's not like you stop loving that person. You just, I guess, the level that you used to, that feeling, that intensity kind of decrease.
Okay.
And then as you are now increasing that same, those new feelings for someone else. And I think Sarah mentioned it, that I think it's possible to start falling in love with someone else as you falling out of love with a current partner. But I don't think you can be in love with two people at once, if that makes sense. So it's kind of in the same capacity, the same level, where you will still love that person. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I just don't want to do this with you. I don't want to continue this journey with you. Whatever it is that, would cause you to separate. But I don't think that doesn't mean that you don't love this person unconditionally.
Mr. Luco.
It doesn't mean someone did something automatically, you just have these hate feelings. Would you say that would happen to you, with you and your wife?
I won't say hate feelings, but I won't like you the same way I used to.
Which is fair, but you will still love them. So somewhat still unconditional.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna still love them.
No, interesting. So
So look,
wifey, you better watch your steps.
Luco, go ahead. What do you have to say
what
about
do you
all
have
that?
to say about all that, brother? So do you love your life? I'm sorry. Do you love your wife unconditionally? And let's say, knock the wood, God forbid, some shit happened, right? would you still love her unconditionally, and would you still be with her, or not?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. Answer the same question Miss B just asked me. If she, God forbid,
That's what I just said.
you
Yes.
will love her. Okay.
Yeah.
You will
If something,
still-
were, if something were to happen, I would.
Why is that?
You still love her?
Yeah, just like I explained to you earlier. Like,
Yeah.
you started to love somebody, then fall in love with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So loving somebody, that's actually a perfect example for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because whether or not we stay together after whatever happened,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still gonna love her.
My man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna love her.
So-
And if we could make things happen, make things like fix what we did, like mistakes happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mistakes?
I
Mistakes
agree with
happens.
Luke. I
Well,
mean,
it's
I
not just
agree.
mistakes too.
I mean,
And
accidents, whatever. It could have been me in a situation. I would want for her to forgive me.
Yeah.
On that point,
Gi-
but yet again,
Give me an example of a mistake. Like,
so you don't think cheating could be a mistake? I'm
I don't
guessing.
know. No, that
No, not it.
nah.
Mm-mm.
Cheating cannot be a mistake.
Okay.
Cheating
explain
is a
yourself. Explain yourself.
But what mistakes are you talking
It's a choice. You
about?
just said things can happen, and then now you
Yes.
said it's
Things
not a
can
mistake.
happen. That's not you mistaken me for that. No, things can happen. When I say things can happen, as in like I don't know. If your wife were to come to you saying that, hey, this man kissed me, it wasn't it wasn't a consent. Like, I want that man to kiss me. What would you do then? Would you consider that as cheating?
No, we're not talking about cheating like that. She's talking about cheating.
Yes.
Penetration. Go to the bed with somebody
Yes.
else.
So that's a choice. She wasn't forced into that.
But you would
bed.
still love your wife,
I
though.
would still love my wife.
Okay.
I would still love my wife.
Which is fair.
You
But let
But
me.
now, what you guys are asking is whether you will still be with her.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you will still be with her.
Listen
An-
to
answer
my
that
brother
question then.
Luke.
Huh?
Well-
Good.
I can be with her after that.
You can.
Yes.
Okay.
It
can't
depends
be
on
with
the
that.
circumstances. Like, after we sit
Like,
down and
exactly.
talk and
What's
see
the reason for it?
how is that how we get to that, right?
Exactly.
It's just like
Okay.
communications. This
Exactly.
is,
Like,
we talk a
the
lot about
why.
communication on our podcast, like communication, and understanding. We can get to a point we bypass that. I mean, for a human being to actually bypass a situation like that, the communication is A1, and this person is not living inside of their head. They actually see things and they analyze things. See, like, listen, shit happen in life. Are we gonna put that behind us and focus on positivity and move forward in life, or just like dump like a 20-year marriage or like 10 years relationship just because something happened? If we can fix that, why not fixing it?
But let me
If
ask.
we can fix it. But if we cannot fix it, oh well, all right, we split. But if we can fix it, why not?
So you trying to tell me? You mentioned 20 years of whatever if you guys had something going on for 20 years, right?
Right.
So you trying to tell me you're gonna talk about she didn't think of it before she did that?
Well,
So you trying to tell me if she didn't think of it way before that, so after that you think she will understand?
if she's thinking of it, that means I'm liking on something. We can't just blame her.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, would you blame yourself to stay with her, or would you?
I mean, I'm not gonna blame myself. I'm gonna communicate to her. See, like, if it's something that can be fixed, it can be fixed. And if I have to stay with her, we're gonna stay together.
So anything fixable. I just told you.
Right.
Anything fixable if you want to fix it, and if she wants to fix it. Now, but she don't want to fix it, and then you want to fix
If
it.
she doesn't want to fix it,
No,
then
no,
I'm out.
no. If she cheats
Mm-hmm.
and she doesn't want to fix it, there is no convincing.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
But
that
you
means
love her though.
Okay, but
Okay,
I would
I would
not.
still love
I would
her.
still love her. Thank you.
But
I'm
but
out.
but but she still love you. That's why we're talking about it.
No,
Hold
that's
on.
two different things.
No. It's very possible. Miss B probably don't want to do it. Most female don't want to do it, but some female, because in every case there's exceptions. So some female will love two people at the same time. So
Well,
would
not
you?
being in love with them.
Oh, some people will be in love with two people at the same time. So would you stay with somebody like that?
That my wife cheat on
Somebody
me
that
with
she
somebody
loves.
else that she loves.
She's in love with, but she's still in love with you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm gonna take a break.
that's different.
Mr.
If she, I mean, I don't want to sound like
Close mind.
sexist, I would say. Like the fact that I said two people can be in love, that I can be in love with two people, that's me open up that door to love a second person, right? So if she does the same thing, now that's another point that I wanted to bring
Go ahead.
on that first question.
Okay.
So when you're saying that two people, can you love two people at once, right?
Yeah.
And I said yes. So now, in a relationship for me, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna open up myself to love somebody else, but it can happen if I open that door to love somebody else. You see what I'm saying? So, but if my wife decided to do that, then later tell me about it. What do you think that is? That's cheating by choice.
Interesting.
But you said cheating is a choice.
Right.
Yes, that's cheating by choice. She decided to cheat on me by choice.
So you will stay with her, right?
No, I will not.
But didn't you say things happen? If you
Wow,
I think
G.
you
Wow.
misunderstood.
Okay.
I think you misunderstood what
I think I am.
What I say is, I will love my wife, and if it can be fixed, I will fix it and still be with her. That's
Okay.
what I said.
Okay.
But if she decided, she'd come to me and tell me that she cheated by choice. Like she decided, like
Obviously, Luco.
no, wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
All right, go ahead.
And she cheated by choice. Now there are different type of cheating that is not exceptional. If it's close to home, that's a no. You see what I'm saying? But
That's why I asked you for
So I'm
example. Though.
guessing.
That's why I said, give me an example. Because I want to know what you're talking about. Because I'm kind of confused right now. Because you said you guys can fix things, right? But at the same time, if a woman cheat on you, she say, oh, "I'm sorry, babe." They always laughing like that. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Things happen, stuff like that."
I'm not just gonna take a "I'm sorry, babe." We're gonna get to the core.
Come on, B. I'm not doing
We're
what I'm
gonna
saying.
get-
They
nah,
obviously
bro.
not gonna say it
Nah,
like
bro.
that.
But I mean, it's
Don't make it
amazing how
sound
you guys
so
think,
vague.
like, loving, being in love when loving somebody is a choice thing too.
So
Sounds like, you guys
So-
think it's a choice. You guys can't think like of another way that it would just slip up on you. Like literally you having these intense feelings for somebody and it's like, it's a big revealing like, oh my God.
Yeah.
so
It wasn't intentional. It's just like these little things that
Mr.
adds
Luco,
up.
go ahead.
So it like it sounds like you guys thinking like, okay, I want to make open a door, but sometimes you don't want to open a door. Sometimes a window just crack up.
Luco, go ahead.
so you do believe that two people can fall in love at once?
No, that's not what I'm saying. When you are
Well, perhaps not in love. Two people can love each other at once. Or
well,
you can
yeah,
love two people
well
at once.
that part is established. You could love two people. You just can't be in love with two people. Cuz once you start being in love with somebody else, you start falling in love with someone else. Whatever feeling you were feeling for that your previous partner or your current partner is not going to be the same as the feeling that you are now feeling towards the new person.
Gotcha.
So it's going to be balanced, but it will never be the same at the same time.
Got
It's
it.
something got to give.
Got it. All right, Miss B. Let's go to the comments before we get to the next
Yes.
segment.
So Michelle Arma says, I agree with Ms. B. Well, I was asking, what do you guys think? I think you say the same thing. Oh my God, G, what do you mean? I don't think Razzie answered that. Yes, bestie, let them know. Yeah, shout out to my bestie, Razzie. Well, more like sisters, but yeah, you guys get it. Love and in love is different. I absolutely agree. They are two different things. Good questions, Miss B. That was when I asked. I redirected the questions. The View, share the live. Yes, please, guys, share the live, share the live. These guys don't know how to answer a simple question.
So guys, blame that on G, all right?
I know. I think G is just stuck on his ways.
G like to leave you in a limbo.
To think. That's a good thing. I let people think.
I disagree. P and G. I agree at Resi. I'm not sure what they were disagreeing with. I forgot which part of the conversation. Salman saying good night. And then the second part, Sarah says he's saying to extend grace to that person as God extend his grace to us every day. But understand this, these intimacy love and God's love are two different love. And I get what you were saying there, and I get what you were trying to do. But I guess that's where it goes. Okay, so are you falling out of intimacy and now you having a different type of form of love for that person, but you know, you still love that person. It's just no longer that intimate love that you once felt. Is that what you were saying when you make that God reference?
Okay, so before I answer, let me ask you this: what is falling in love means to you?
I think I answered that like 2 times. I did.
Okay. So you think falling in love and in love with somebody is two different? You guys think it's two different things?
It is.
Yeah, it is. But think of, what's that? Wildfires, right? When that, was it Canada that had that wildfire and everything? It gets the opportunity to just light up everything, and, you know, or could just consume where it is or whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's the in love part where it starts. That thrill, that, you know, that excitement, that, you know, that you have. That's, for me, that's the in love section.
Right.
Okay, but that love part is something different. I feel like, well, I guess some people could, you know, say you could start with love and then being in love. I don't know how everybody looks at it.
That's
where it gets confusing.
though.
Because for me, I feel like once you have that feeling, like, you know, it's a thrilling moment, but then the excitement dies out. It's not that you no longer love that person. It's just now you are coming down. You no longer have that tunnel vision. You're not creating an identity with that person. You know, you giving yourself a chance to get to know that person and open that same door for the person to get to know you, and creating that something so-called bigger. You know, so that's what I think when I see it, at least that's what it's been like for me.
Earlier you said the window can crack, so you just said that you open up for the same thing to happen to you. Is that what you just said?
So I'm saying, like, sometimes it's not like a choice. So let's say I love my partner, right? Because I did say you could love 2 people at once. You just can't be in love with 2 people at once. Because if I'm loving my partner, okay, so let's say my partner speaks my love language very well, right? And that part of him is fulfilling that emotional needs, that it filled that section. We have great conversation. We're great together. There's a lot of great things about him that I love. Okay, so I love him. That's that. But then someone else come in and introduce me to a new feeling that I didn't even know. Okay, and sometimes it's not something that you do intentionally. And that's what I mean by the window cracking up. It could literally, like, you laughing with that person and then you realizing, like, oh my God, like, you know, I'm starting to have feelings for that person. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's what I mean by that window cracking up. And I mean, sometimes it's intentional. You're literally flirting with that person and whatnot. But sometimes you literally don't realize it until, like, one weird moment. And here goes the realization.
All right, guys, I think this is it. Mr. Lucas said it's possible. Miss B said it's impossible. Mr. Pat said it's possible. And Dr. G says it's possible. So let's get to the next segment, guys. Do you think that women like wood men, masculine, they call them wood though, masculine men, or simps? Simps is like whatever the woman says, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, very respectful guy. So let's start with Miss B. Ladies first. Miss B, what do you think?
I thought you were gonna start with our guest. I mean, I was so ready for a guest. Well, here's the thing. I think as society, we sometimes I feel like we kind of bias in what we call rude. When you say rude, are you saying like someone who's aggressive
masculine,
and
like
passionate?
A bad boy.
Yeah,
like, you know, because I don't look at that as rude. Like, you know, someone who could speak his mind, I don't see it as rude. Now, where it gets rude is, you know, when you are starting to insult the other person. Okay, so, or when you start to put the other person down just to lift yourself up. But someone who's passionate, it may be even a little aggressive, I don't look that as rude. So And think of it, even if you're in a management position, would you want someone who just like yes, yes, yes
No,
to
Miss
you?
B, we're
Or
not-
would
we're
you
talking
want
about-
someone who wanna speak his mind? Because that's how new things develop.
We're not talking
We're
about,
not-
we're not talking about job, Miss B. I'm talking
Well,
about.
no, I'm giving you that example so you could see how, like, because even in relationship, because you are having a relationship with that person, correct? And then even in management, you are having that relationship. So you wouldn't want someone like, yes, 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 because there wouldn't be any new ideas developed because they're literally doing exactly what you say. But if you have someone who could literally, like, when you say something and they could go like, I don't think so, but here's this. That's better than someone who's gonna be like, yes. So I don't think we're the one.
I think you going like out of line with the
Out of
question you
line.
asked me.
Okay,
There
so-
you go.
I think that's-
so
Mr. Lucas,
we
ask the
okay, so
question.
we-
Mr. Lucas, ask the question for
So
me. Go ahead, go ahead.
rephrase the question
Go ahead,
then.
Lucas.
all right, in a better English word, do you like a good guy or do you like a bad guy? Like
So what do you define? Because it looks like to
Okay.
me I had some different definition in there. So what do you guys
So-
define as good guy and bad guy?
These two guys could literally tell you that I'm defined as a yes man when I was growing up with them, right? My wife
Okay.
will say that I am like a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But she would not say that in bed, though. She would not say that.
definitely. I'm my guy. Our guy.
She would say that I'm a good guy. So a good guy is like when you're saying like someone who's polite. A bad guy could be a polite too. Someone who's polite, but what he meant by like a bad guy is someone that will put you on your place.
When
You know what I'm saying? That's like an alpha.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Someone who would not let you decide that like, yo, hey, I'm a woman. You're gonna. No, it's not about like respect or disrespecting and shit and stuff like that. No, so it's just about like a bad guy.
They're more
Miss-
aggressive.
Miss-
They're
Miss-
More
aggressive.
aggressive. There you
Okay.
go. Someone that's more aggressive, who shows more masculine.
Masculinity.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
English is not my first language.
It's
They
all
know.
good, brother.
Like all
So,
of us.
Miss B, you got the question now, right, Miss B?
Okay. So then I'll answer this then. Every woman have their preference, and I think in psychologically somehow somewhere I think
Well, answer for most women. What
Yeah,
do you think most women want?
so. Give me a second. I'll get there.
Go ahead.
So psychologically, I think every single decision that we make, come from how we were raised, the environments and stuff like that. So I do think culture plays a big part of the type of men we chose. Now, here's one thing about the general woman, what we think. Well, what I think, we are like. We don't really go by, okay, he's a bad man. Oh my God, I prefer him over a good man, because he's going to say yes, yes all the time. I think it's more so about how this person make us feel, because you can be like an aggressive male where I feel so insecure around you. I feel so low, or it's so and I could see myself shrink. I don't think anyone want to be around someone where they feel shrink. Or you could be a nice person where I feel so creepy around you. So it's not so much about having a nice man or aggressive man and so whatnot, but it's so much more about how this person make me feel. And maybe somehow
Miss B, please answer to my question.
that's what I just answered your question.
I didn't say how somebody makes you feel. I said, do you think most female love the bad guy or the simps or the
So
yes
that's
man?
what I'm saying. Like
But
it
you're
doesn't
talking
go
about-
like that for us. It's not like that for us. It's not like we chose like, okay, you're the bad guy, so I'm gonna love you more than a simp, so whatever you call it these days.
Which one do you prefer, Miss B? Bad guy or simps?
Like it's the same for me. I don't
Answer
really.
directly. Answer the question.
the
That's what I'm
Simps
saying.
or bad guy?
Simp
You gotta choose
or
one, by
bad
the way.
guy?
It doesn't
You
go
gotta
like that
choose
for
one, Miss
me.
B. You gotta choose one. Simps or bad guys?
It doesn't go like that for me.
Alright,
I won't
alright,
go
let's
with a
go.
bad guy
Let's
or simple or simps guy
let's
or
go
what you
to
call it.
to our special guest, Mr. Lucas. What do you think?
What do you think women
I
like?
see where you're coming from, Miss D, but
Miss B, not D.
Oh wow, sorry. I apologize about that.
Okay.
But think of the question as like this game that we play, marry, fuck, kills, right? So I feel like most women will prefer. Well, in that case, there is no kill. I feel like most women will prefer to marry a good guy and fuck a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Fuck a bad
I
girl or
agree.
whatever.
Interesting.
I think I made a comment
So
like that
that's
last week.
that's where we get back to the cheating part.
Well, not
They
really,
love you.
but continue.
Go ahead,
brother.
go ahead, continue.
But I think all women will prefer. I think most women would prefer a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Because at a point, a lot of women would like to, like, I don't know, get too much excitement.
It gets boring with the good guy with them, bro. I'll tell you
I
that
don't
one.
think so, honestly.
Well, it depends on the type of good guy you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, some good guys could be like Sour Patch. You know, like sweet, and then at the same time they're sour in certain parts.
Yeah,
Interesting.
makes sense.
So, what do you think, Mr. Lucas?
No, I think most women would prefer a good guy.
A good guy?
Yeah, for the long run.
Well,
The question was not good guy. I said bad guy
Or
or simps. It's the simps.
So-
What define
Wait,
simps again?
So you
Sorry,
said they
sorry.
prefer the simp
Yeah,
instead of the bad guy.
yeah.
What is a
Go
bad,
and then
what is
go.
a bad guy to you? To your understanding, what is a bad guy?
Not bad guy, not as in like physically bad. No,
Aggressive,
aggressive.
assertive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Mr. Pat. Since
Rude
you
boy
asked a
one.
question, let me ask you that.
Go ahead,
What do you
brother.
think most women like? The wood guy, the masculine guy, the assertive guy, or the simps guy? Then
I
yes,
think-
ma'am.
I
Take care of the
I think-
family.
I think they want the simp with the
Without the yes man.
Without the yes man, right? I think they when you say bad guy, it's not in particular. It's a bad guy. It's just
Right,
like the
it's
guy
just-
that is not gonna take your shit.
No,
You know what I'm
I also
saying?
said masculine, assertive, aggressive. So the bad guy that comes with all that.
You said okay, aggressive in what way? Would in what way you need to be aggressive? Like physically or like?
No, like, expressing yourself.
You see, Miss B got the question. Come on, P.
So you mean like a guy who's emotionally
Very strong-minded.
like emotionally intelligent, like a
or
guy-
strong-minded, someone who
strong-minded.
knows who he is,
Right.
and
Yeah, I think most women will probably prefer the simp and want the simp sometimes on their like sometimes and the way they want the guy to actually be strong-minded, they want that simp to be strong-minded.
But
and
that's-
why
that's-
it gets boring.
That's impossible though.
I know it's impossible, but that's a lot of times that's how it is. They pick the simp so they can actually turn him into their puppet, and sometimes they
but
want
nobody
him,
wants a puppet though.
well,
That's my thing. Women don't want somebody who's just going to be like, yes,
a
sir,
lot
like,
of women-
yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes,
A
ma'am.
lot of women nowadays, that's what they want. I tell you that much. They don't want the strong-minded guy, the emotionally intelligent guy, because it's challenging for them. They want the guy that can say
Interesting.
left, right, and then at some
That
type
is
of period
interesting.
of time, some kind of scenario in their life, and they want that guy to be manly. They want that guy to actually be the macho man. It's like, bro, you can't have it. If you pick the simp, you're gonna have to spend the rest of your life with the simp. Being a strong masculine guy does not mean a strong-minded guy does not mean you a bad guy. I think you a
Well,
good
it's just
man.
the word that they use to describe it, but I see where you're coming from. But to make a point too, I do think that women sometimes look at men as project, and men sometimes do the same thing where, like,
Right.
they see you as a project. But I think in both cases, I think people just don't want to be a project. I
Right.
want to be my own life. But I don't think it's so much so that they want you to be their puppet. I think sometimes I guess their feelings cloud their judgment because they're so overly excited for you. Now they just want to do certain things, and sometimes you're just not used to people coming, and step up and then do all of these things for you because you're so used to do it on your own. So I think sometimes we just look like we could fix somebody, and that's not always the case. Is that what you were saying in a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so don't forget what you're saying. Like I was watching this show on Netflix with my partner called like Ultimate and whatsoever. There's one of these couples. So this girl, she's all about like I think me and you spoke about that already on the show. So she's all about like her business, this and that third, making money. So Ultimate, the way this show works, goes, it's like you swipe partners. It's like me, G, you, Lou came into whatever this show, and then we both have a partner, and we give our partner ultimatum because one, we want to marry each other. Either I want to marry you and you don't, and I give you ultimatum whatsoever, right? So we came to that show. So you take G's partner, Luke take my partner, and vice versa. So there's this woman who's with this guy, quote unquote. I mean, I kind of see this guy as a simp whatsoever because he does whatever she wants. And when she's with other people, she just talks so bad about this dude. Like, he's not working. I'm doing everything. This and the third. I mean, I don't think he's ready for marriage because I don't want to be taking care of him. This and the third. But when she's with him, she's all about like, okay, I love you whatsoever. But when she's talking to this guy, she has no respect about this guy.
Okay, I have a question.
So she loves the fact that she's the macho of that relationship. Pretty much what I'm saying. But she doesn't want a guy that can actually emotionally challenge him, because when she swipe partners, she found a guy that can emotionally challenge her. Oh man, she didn't take that shit well.
Based on what you just said, so Mr. Lucas, Miss B said something earlier. Project. What do you think? Did you get it, or Miss B want to explain it herself? Did you get what she said?
Not really.
What do you mean by project, Miss B?
I think, like I said, it's both end where we see somebody and we feel like they're not up to par with the ideal person, but we like them. We like everything about them. So we just want to fix that other part that we certainly would just don't feel comfortable with. And I think some people just look at people as people they could fix. We just like to help. We like to give them that boost. Sometimes,
like, benefit of the doubt. It's just like, oh yeah, he's like that, but if he's with me,
you say,
I can change him. I get.
Hold on. We got help or change, because this is
it
these
could
are
be
two
both.
different
Because
things.
here's the thing, with looking at someone as a project, someone to fix, to like, I think I put something, it's like, looking at someone to fix, to, to be the ideal partner that you see. It's just like, it could be like either to help you change something. Well, either way, to be honest, me helping you is kind of like, thinking like by helping you, I will change whatever this is right now.
But don't forget what you was about to say. So don't you think most females said they want that kind of man, but when that guy changed to that kind of man that they want, they don't love him no more. Let's say the woman will say that, oh, you're too assertive, you're too aggressive. I would like me a simp man. But when you change to a simp guy, he doesn't like you no more. That's why they say most women don't know what they want. They say they want that, but they want the opposite.
I don't think it's just women in general. I think everyone, anything that you don't understand, because understand this.
Okay,
what
why would you like
and don't like, is somewhat something that we see, like even in TV, you watch these things, this is what this person's supposed to be like, but in reality, it's not. So when you look at it at TV and you said, okay, this is what an alpha male is. But in reality, an alpha male may not be as the one that you see in TV.
So why would you want a project though? Then why would you want a project? So if you want to fix or change people, but at the end of the day, when they change, it's not they take the type of men that you were really looking for.
Well, it's not really intentional. Like I said, it's both ends. It's not just women out there doing it. There are people who just feel like, I like you, but just not.
It's like you're not typically what I would go for, but I see the potential.
The potential, in a way, yeah, you get it.
Potential, like if you're with me, maybe I can help you get there.
Or like even like you ever see like, okay, so I'll keep it on the woman's side.
Nah.
I'll keep it on the woman's side. I'll keep it on the woman's side. Right? I'll give you guys one more example.
What did you get from that?
What she said?
Yes.
It happens a lot.
A lot.
It's elaborate. Good.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that they want to be with that person, but they see a
different version.
Yeah, they see the little things here and there that they're not kind of like, they don't agree
want
with.
to change. Okay.
Instead of accepting it,
or instead of like just saying, you know what, I don't want to be with that person. They're like, nah, I see the potential in that person. Let's be together, and then perhaps we could work on these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But they want to change. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean, G? They want to change. So like,
no, what G is saying is that like it's either if you choose to change that person or help that person change. If you changing that person, it's completely different than helping that person
Yeah.
change. You know, because
Okay. So let's go to the comment, Miss B.
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
no, slightly before you start the comments, right?
Go ahead.
Let's turn this question to us guys now.
Okay, go
So
for
what kind of women that you guys like?
I would love me a feminine woman.
A feminine.
I mean, you already have a
Bruh.
woman, so it should.
No, he asked me a question, so I answer. I'm like, hypothetically, whatever they call it.
Do you want a simp woman or do you like?
There's no simp woman, brother.
Really?
No.
Oh, there sure is?
Listen to
Or
it.
do
Go ahead,
you-
look over.
or do you want just like a rude gal?
As for me, I would love me a simp woman. Because as a man, you're the leader of the house. So if you lead, so let me tell you that though. A woman who love a simp guy, so at the end of the day, society projected like the man is the leader, right? Right?
No, I think that's just in your mind.
Okay, let me ask you that. Would you allow a woman to lead you
Yes, I will.
all the time?
Now,
Not exactly. There you go. That's the key.
A woman will not, like my wife. As a matter of fact, let me not say a woman. All right? My wife will always look. Not always will look at me to lead. And if I say, babe, I don't know shit. Can you take the lead? She will take it. She will look for me to lead. But where she need to lead, she will lead.
But that's where she's a smart woman. My wife is like that too. She don't lead. She helps you to lead. She show you the way. Sometimes you're not gonna see the way. As a man, you're not gonna be all the time. You're gonna see the way. Yeah, I'm the man. I know everything. Yeah. No, but your woman, as my wife, she knows. She see the way. She said, babe, if you go that way, I think it's gonna be better. But she let you lead. But I just said, what? No, I'm talking about for me. Nah, you didn't say that. I'm saying for me. As for me.
Well, then I
But
think.
but at the same time, if you let your woman lead once, twice, 3 times, it's gonna become an habit for her.
Interesting. So your woman never lead.
She always. That just told you, Miss B. Well, you didn't get what I just said.
You said
I
that
told
your
you.
woman
She helps you to lead.
Yeah,
So
but
she
you
don't
literally- You literally just said that,
Okay.
hey, babe, if you go that way, I don't think this is the right way.
Exactly.
But I'm going to let you lead.
No. She show you the way, and then you lead. That's how you grow, man. Society.
She's more of an advisor. In a way.
Isn't it? That's the way it's supposed to be, Miss B.
I'm asking
No, I'm
you,
just
that's
saying.
what it is like for
would
you.
you Would you love to lead your house, your household?
Let me say this.
Miss B, would you like? Yes or no?
Leading is not about what do you look like when you said leading a household? What does that look like for you?
When something come up important in the house, the last decision, both of you have to talk about it, or the last decision he has to say, babe, what do you say as the last in conclusion? What do you think? But she's
So
not.
I can't speak unless he asks me what do I think.
I said in conclusion, Miss B. In conclusion, would you like to say in conclusion, I want this, and without the guy consent?
Okay, so
Ms. V.
doing this, I'm trying to understand. I have to make sure I understand the questions before I answer. So if a decision needs to be made,
Yes.
right? We are having a discussion about it.
Yes.
At the end,
Yes.
do I want to be the one who says
The last
what
word.
do I think?
The last word. Yeah.
The last words
Yeah.
and what do I don't think it
That
matters.
Make a difference.
It does
I
make a
really
difference.
don't think
What
it
do you mean?
matters.
But you say you just had a discussion, right? You just have a discussion. You tell her, babe, I want this cup.
Yeah. She said, babe.
And then she's the one who said, okay, in conclusion, we're going to go with this.
No,
Right.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that's why you guys didn't get it. So if you say, babe, I want this cup as a man, she said, babe, I think if we take that one, it will be better. What do you think? And I see it's gonna be better. I'm gonna say yes, let's get it. But you let's say the woman say I want this one, and you sit down, okay, babe, okay, tell you that's the one. That's what I'm saying. Like if you just sit back and then let it lead. Without take your
So you don't want her to make her own decision without your input.
Miss B, you trying to put words in my mouth. Did I ever
I'm
say
trying
that?
to understand that scenario that you
Exactly.
Just
So as she advised you to take another way, she helps you to lead. Society, it's not me. People
No,
don't come
I
and say
understand.
it's not me though. Society says that the man is the provider and protector, right?
So what
So-
do you believe in your household? Because you're not society when you're home.
Miss B.
I'm not trying to get you
As
to
a-
the
a-
count.
as
I
a
think
man,
you said
you're
enough
trying
tonight.
to get deep,
I really-
exactly, because I said so many things you guys not getting it. So as a man, my wife show me the way and I lead.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let my wife lead all the time. She's gonna become a routine, and then women then build to be like that.
So, do you
if
feel like
guys
you
want-
wouldn't be able to take it if she lead all the time?
Miss B,
Or if she get
what part
comfortable
of-
with
what
leading?
part of you not
Why would-
getting, Miss
okay,
B?
Miss B, I know you asked Miss B that question. You want to be the leader of your home whenever you have a home?
Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, personally, because I didn't want to answer for all women on that. Where my life is, and I guess that's why my decision is like that. My job, the role I play in my household right now, I'm always the one that's like, very, I guess you could say very determined and very outgoing and making decisions and stuff like that. But if I get married, I don't want to take a lead. I kind of want to rest. I don't want to do it
That's
at
your
work
job.
and
That's
come
your
home
job.
and
You
do it
disagree-
at home.
You just agree with him.
So what I'm saying is, G,
Whoa, repeat
Hold
that
on,
again.
hold on.
No,
Let her finish.
Repeat what you just said. I just want to make sure I get something. You say if you get married, start there. If you get
no, I
married.
feel like I have to do the exact word and I don't remember what I said. But
You do remember, Miss
you
B.
said-
but I think I
If you
said
get
if I get yeah. Okay, so
You
help
said
me
if
there.
you
Help me
get
there.
married,
No, let me. Okay.
you would want to sit back
And relax.
and relax.
And let him lead.
Yeah, I don't want to
Okay,
lead.
That's what she said. So go on. Go ahead, continue.
No, I feel like I don't even know where I was going. Okay,
So
but
you-
no,
pretty
G.
much
What I
agree
had a
with G.
problem with G is that okay. So just because I want to let my man lead, because I don't want to be the one that be the man in the household.
Right.
I want to let him lead. Doesn't mean that if he can't do it, that I'm not gonna step up.
No one said.
I'm
you
just
can't.
saying. I just want to make that clear.
That's not what G was saying.
Thank you.
I just want to make sure that I get that clear. And that's not what I said G said either. I want to make sure that from what I just said, I want to make sure that that part is clear.
Right.
Now, where I feel like that's why I keep questioning G is that so G is saying that he doesn't want to allow his wife to lead because after two times she gets comfortable with leading. So my question for G is that if his wife get comfortable leading, does that make him feel uncomfortable?
No.
Okay.
Because it's gonna take it as a routine, and that's gonna make you lazy as a man, because you're gonna expect it to lead all the time. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? And then another thing. So most people say it's 50-50. Why do you think they come up with that? That's a man job.
I don't agree with the whole 50-50.
Exactly. What do you think people get saying? That's a man job. That's not a female job. And then why do you think female expect men to open doors? As last week's topic. What do
Well,
you
not
think-
open
what-
doors. It was the
I'm just-
car.
The car. The
That
car
was two
door.
different
I mean,
things.
The car doors.
Honestly, if someone behind me, I will open the door. I don't care who you are. I'm not gonna turn around to see if you're a man or a woman, so I could wait for you.
So as a
but
woman,
if you're
Miss
picking
B,
me up for a
Miss B.
date, yeah,
Okay, if you go pick your guy, your man, on a date, would you open the door for him?
if I pick up my man on a date,
Yeah, for a date.
I don't think I've ever picked up my man on a
Let's
date.
pretend. Would you exactly? Because that's a man's job to go pick you up.
It's
and
not
open
even
the
that.
door.
It's just
so
like-
therefore that's a man's job to lead.
let me say this. Let me say this. It's not even about leading or whatnot. Typically, the man wants to drive and likes to drive. Woman, not
Typically?
all the time that a woman you would see that the woman would love to drive. As a matter of fact, we want to sit in the passenger seat so we could fix our hair and
Okay,
makeup.
Well, exactly.
And, or, you know, or
Typically,
even
men's
like,
to-
take
men-
pictures
It's a
and
man's job to
whatnot.
lead.
So
typically, I Miss B.
it default to
let's
that,
keep
but
it like
not
that.
so much as I'm not saying it's not a man's job to lead. My original question was, so much so, would it make you feel uncomfortable if your woman can lead?
Oh,
Because you were very surprised with Luke being comfortable to sit in the, to
Alright,
sit
I
back
have
and let
something
his
to say.
woman lead.
and I just answered him.
I have something to say about that. I don't think this should make a man comfortable because your woman should lead. As a matter of fact, this should make you happy because she can lead. It's how she's doing it and the type of respect she have for you while doing it. if she's treating you as a child while doing it, that means like then you don't deserve to be a leader.
Well, if
if you can't lead with respect, knowing that I am also I actually if you can't lead with respect and knowing that I'm the leader of this house,
well,
then you don't deserve
my
to be a
brother,
leader.
I got news for you. Whenever there's a leader, there's followers. Whenever there's followers, there's leaders.
Okay, so
You don't think
when I
leaders
say-
are followers?
when I say
You don't
by
think
leader-
leaders are
Both, exactly.
followers?
Both.
Both. Let me tell you this.
Mhm.
Like, this is why I at some point agree with the, like, I don't think, like, just because I agree that I am the leader of my household as of, like, my partner is not the leader. Because, yes, she's the leader, especially when you have kids. When you're not home, she's leading the home, bro. So she's a leader. She's also educating your kid. She's the leader. So if God forbid you're not there, she's also the leader. But I get where you coming from as of like you the leader of the household. I think I'm the leader of my household. Like you said, I agree with the ideas of like, we're gonna talk about whatever decision that needs to be made and we're gonna come with a decision. But also I also agree with you. It's not like I'm gonna just let you lead everything. Like, I don't think there's one thing that needs a couple conversation that I'm just gonna sit down and say like, well, you lead.
All right, Mr.
But
Luco.
that does not mean that I don't think you're a leader.
Mr. Luco, you have something to say?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Luke.
Hey, G, let me ask you a question, man.
Go ahead.
So, is it yes or no that you don't like when your woman lead?
That means you don't trust her judgment, bro.
Can I answer the question?
Okay. You
Right,
don't
I was
trust her
wondering, like,
judgment.
where did that come from? Did he answer? Did you nod?
You need to trust. You need to trust your partner judgment. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, let him
Trust your
answer.
partner. Trust your partner judgment and leading are two different things, people.
yeah. So when you're a leader, that means you have good
so let me
judgment.
let me say that.
No, answer the question. Don't
what-
say nothing. Don't answer the question.
What is your question?
Do you agree? Is it a yes or no that you do not like when your woman lead or not?
I love when my woman show me the way.
Okay.
Is it that we lead together or I lead?
G, you're
Simple
full
as
of
that.
shit. You're full of shit. Let me tell you something, G. So you telling me in bed
Yeah.
you like for your woman to show you the way?
Show me the
course.
way, baby.
So hold on. I might be there. Okay, P. Luco, you trying to tell me you know everything about female. So sometimes you gotta let
didn't say
your
that.
listen. Sometimes you gotta let your woman show you the way and then you lead. On bread, as you said. I
But
don't
you
know
never
everything.
let her take the lead. You don't like her to take the lead.
They try to put words in my mouth so much.
Here's what I'm saying.
That was
G,
a question. he asked you.
G,
That was
Yeah.
a word.
what I'm saying is, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but maybe you need to rephrase what you're saying.
I'm not rephrasing
You know what I'm
anything.
saying?
So
Alright.
if you get what I'm
So,
saying, I don't have to rephrase
alright,
it.
Then my advice to you, since you don't want to rephrase, my advice to you, since I'm sure you have a kid, you're a parent, she's a parent. She also a leader because she's also teaching your kids. Because
let me say something.
Let me
No,
finish
don't
real
forget-
quick.
no,
Let me
no,
finish
no.
real quick.
Alright,
Let
go
me
ahead.
finish real quick. She's also a leader because her judgment is also should be heard, and her judgment should pass through. Because once you're not home, let's say you're working and she's home, she's the one leading the home. She's the one telling your son, "Hey, don't do this, don't do that." So I know you damn well. I don't think if your partner was not a leader, you would be with her. You would not be with her.
Dude,
if she was not a leader.
nurturing and leading are two different things.
That's-
Listen,
okay,
let me say something.
All right.
A woman, by the way, a woman has a lot of power. They have way more power than us.
They're
We
just
ju-
not
They
leaders.
just don't know that.
What do you mean that?
Listen. As a planner, as a woman, they do most of the work.
All right.
They do most of the work, especially at the house, even at work sometimes. But us as a man, they plan everything for us. They say, "Here's baby, if they love you. Here, baby, what do you think?" And then I said, "Let's take the lead." But you can't tell me you sit back and then let your woman do everything and take the lead.
Okay.
Doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Let's say if a contractor come to the house and there's a contract that needs to be signed and she go ahead and don't contact you and she signed a contract, would you not sign her judgment as of like this is good for the home and she signed it?
If it's necessary, of course you're gonna give me a call.
That's
Obviously,
all.
So
the
let
same
me
thing
ask
for
you
the same
then.
thing.
Let
The
me
same
ask
the
you.
same thing for me. If I'm, it's not like I'm gonna do everything by myself.
Right.
You guys getting it wrong.
Well, in
that's
reality,
what
in
I'm telling you.
reality,
It's
not like
what does
phrase
that
what you're
look
saying.
when
I
women
get where you're
lead?
coming
What does
from,
that
but,
look for you when women lead all the time? What does that look like? Give me a couple of examples, like where, like, because I think that's where we're getting it confused. What does it mean for the woman to lead in the household?
When women lead,
Yeah.
they're developing a lot of traits, masculine traits.
Okay, so what
So-
does that look like?
So they become masculine, which is a turner for most men.
Facts.
What does that look like?
Miss, what, Miss Vasher said so. You they develop
became
a lot of traits.
masculine, like,
they
or
become
they-
is a turner for the men, for most men.
They
Most
start
men don't
talking
like
in deep voices, like they start
Ah,
walking
this-
like
ah,
with. I need to
ah,
know
what
what
is-
are you thinking?
okay.
What does it mean to be a masculine woman for you? What does that look like for you?
A masculine man, they act like a man. They think they can do whatever men do.
What
They-
does that
they-
mean to act like a man?
Miss V, what do you?
I have
that-
never been a man. I have never been a man, so I am
you will
trying
never-
to understand what does that look like for
You
you.
will never understand, Miss B, even though I explained to you, because you will never be a man. If you wanna change to a man, because it's legal nowadays, so you can
Let me
change.
ask you then. I'm gonna redirect the question since G doesn't want to answer. Patrick, what does the woman being a masculine look like to you?
I think it's just like having masculine trait is when you lacking masculinity in your life as a woman. So you pretty much pick up the masculine trait because you don't have the masculinity that can actually help you lead. So you have to be masculine.
So give me an example. Like give me like I need
Well,
I need to kind of
The
understand what's
masculine
that.
trait is pretty much like do what men does as
Right.
far as being a leader, being like on top of things. It's just like
What does the leader look like in a household?
you lead your house.
Like you cook, what are you
Well,
doing? Leading.
Cooking can be part of it, but
What does that
cooking is
leading
not.
look like in the household?
What does leading
are you,
look
Are you
like?
signing papers? Like what are you doing to lead? What are you doing that's leading
All
the
right, listen
household?
up.
Because
All right,
when
let
you
me- let me
said
answer
for
that.
you
Let me-
just now, you said the woman's leading by taking care of the kids, but G said that no, that's nurturing. So to him, leading it's a whole different thing. So that's what I'm trying to understand.
So-
What does that look like for you
So
guys
let
when
me-
a woman
let me tell
lead?
you- let me tell you this. Let's say you work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And certain type of jobs that you have, there's lead, there's like team manager and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you do all the work if you're a team manager? Your team is doing the work and you actually the last person to check on, and you can either say yes or no, and you can also agree with your team. Being a team leader does not mean you a dictator. Being a team leader, you actually the face of your team when it's like when good decision needs to be made, and that's what sometimes you have co-managers. If the main manager is not there, he takes over. So that's like you and your wife, you and your partner, whatsoever.
Okay, good
So, like,
decision, kind of like moving, kind
it
of like the
doesn't have
kids'
to be
school
moving.
where they
There's,
go
like,
to school. I'm
things
giving
that-
examples so I could understand.
I think-
Well, what is that good decision?
I
is
think
that,
I'll
It's like everybody have.
I think
their
our
way-
special guest
everybody
wanna
have
say something.
their
What up?
Everyday life. My everyday life or not your everyday life, right?
Alright,
Okay.
Mr.
I can give you examples that are not accommodated to your perspective because my everyday life is different than yours. So I give you the workplace example for you to get it. Kind of like being a leader does not mean you're a dictator,
Mr.
Okay.
Lucas.
right?
What do you have for me?
What do you
Lucas?
I would say in a good relationship, right? In a good relationship, there's no such thing as like one leader in a good relationship. I think
Okay.
both the woman and the man.
So you believe in
supposed to lead.
50-50.
Well, well, yes.
I don't believe in 50-50.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
If you don't
Okay,
believe
we
it,
go ahead. The topic's so good, man.
You want me to
Oh,
elaborate?
wait.
we're gonna get to that 50-50
want-
question.
Yo, hold on.
Why
Wait. P. We're running out of time, by the way.
No, I just want to say. Well,
No,
because I don't want
let
people
Luke
to take
finish
what I
before we
said out of
conclude.
context.
Let
Go
Luke
ahead.
finish before we conclude.
So you want to finish or you want me to?
No, go ahead.
Okay. What I mean by 50-50, I don't believe in 50-50. Sometimes it's 60-40 from me. Sometimes it's 60-30 from her. 50-50, it's not a thing. It's a society construct. Like society's telling you crap that, oh yeah, we both the same. No, we're not. We are not the same. There's no such thing as 50-50. There's
Well,
no
I
such
think-
thing as 50-50.
As a matter of fact,
Sometimes I'm the one who put the most effort, and sometimes you the one who put the most effort.
you're right.
So there's
There
But
no
I
is no
think
such
he's.
thing as
I
50-50.
think he wants.
So-
I think what Luke was saying is like the wife has a seat at the table.
Let's look. Say.
Absolutely.
Go ahead,
So
look.
it's not 50-50. You're right about that. There a time my wife take the lead 100%.
Okay.
Why I got no voice, right? What I mean by that, like, it's not like critical decisions, like critical leading. That's not what I'm saying. So sometimes, like, she does it independently
Okay.
without my need, and
Okay.
I make decision independently without her need, because she knows that it's good for the team,
And she trusts.
and
Yeah.
she trusts it.
Yeah.
And
see
you
what I'm saying?
do the same.
And going into a small topic of 50-50, right? I do not like it when a man says that I'm supposed to be the one to pay when we go on a date. If you're a married man, that gotta go.
So what do you?
I mean, I'm gonna have to
wait,
disagree
wait,
with
wait,
you,
wait,
man.
go ahead, go ahead. You say you don't like.
If you're a married man, and when it comes to going to dinner, and you're saying that the man has to pay, that you have to
That I agree with you.
that's
I don't have to pay all the
okay,
time.
now, I mean, I get it.
No.
Like, sometimes you just have to sit by, relax, and let her
No.
do her thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know,
You-
that's
you
how I do her
basically-
thing. If she wants to do her thing, I do her thing. But that is not. But me personally, I don't know.
All right, let's conclude, guys. Let's conclude. That was a great
I
topic.
mean, I get it. But like, we can get to that, next time. Though.
Yeah, 50-50. That would be a great topic.
50-50, I don't think relationships are 50-50. 50-50, it's
But
a sell,
are you
it's
talking
a
about
sell.
the decision making is 50-50, but not the relationship self as 50-50?
the decision making. No, I kind of agree with Patrick in the sense that it's not 50-50. What I mean is by that, if you want to put it that way, I agree with him, because the thing is, sometimes you don't put no decision at all.
Okay.
Where it's
Alright.
just 100 to nothing.
Interesting. Guys, that was a great show.
Yeah.
Let's conclude, guys. In conclusion, Mr. Lucas, our special guest, my left, and then P's white. So, Mr. Lucas. So, in conclusion, overall, what is the conclusion for you?
Overall, all the guys out there listening, your woman has a voice and she's supposed to lead,
Definitely.
and definitely she's supposed to lead. And
Not definitely. Okay,
loving
I'm
somebody,
I'll play with
when
you.
it comes to loving someone, yes, you can love two people at once. It's just like a different side of your overall loving that you could
Interesting.
actually open a door and let someone in. But that's up to you whether or not if you want to go to that route. So, yeah.
Nice. Very interesting. We're going to wait for you next week, okay? All right, let's go for Ms. B. What do you think in conclusion?
In conclusion, what do I think? With the first question, do you think you could love two or more person at the same time? I'd say this: you cannot, or if you think you can, I guess you're one of the special people out there. But one thing I'd say is that the quality of the energy that you are putting out there towards this person you love will never be the same. In terms of the second part of the question, actually, what did we end with? Is
Second segment. Do
the
you think women love woodmen or
or
Sims?
like men, a Sims man? I think at the end of the day, we like, when we have that warm feelings. Nobody nobody likes to be uncomfortable. So at the end of the day, we follow what makes us feel good. And that's why sometimes people would say, I like this, but when they get it, they don't receive that feeling that they were expecting. And then now they're saying like, that's not what I was thinking when I said I wanted this. So, and I think that's clearly where confusion happened, not just for men, not just for women, but also for men. So we just follow what makes us feel good. We don't like to be uncomfortable.
Interesting. Very interesting. Mr. Pat, what do you think?
Well, ultimately, I think capacity of love is not finite, like we stated, right? And individual may find themselves loving multiple people, which I think it's extremely possible. And I take the example of myself. You know, back in the days when I was a freshman, I found myself falling in love with two people. So it's pretty possible. And also we talk about timing. So that was the time of my life where it was clearly possible. And I also gonna agree with Luke. It could be possible now, but I'm on a different stage, you know, in my life now where I can not let that happen. Where I understand now that I can't have my cake and eat it too. So I'm gonna have to focus on one person and accept that person for who she is. So you know, it's that's that. So if you the type of person that think like you can't fall in love with two people, yes you can. It's strongly possible. So you're gonna have to trust your gut and see and understand where you are in life now. So what's the second segment?
Do you think women love Woodmans or Sims?
Woodman. I don't think, you know, to each his own. So it'll be up to the person and the type of, you know, person that you wanna welcome to your energy. You know, everybody have their taste of love, taste of men and whatsoever. But me personally, I would say neither or. I don't think you should be trying as a woman. I don't think you would want to be with a wood dude that don't respect you, or I don't think it's safe for you in the long run to be with a simp dude, because at the end of the day you're gonna burn out. Because if you're the only one making the decision and be the leader of the house, he's a yes man, you're gonna burn out, and you either gonna cheat on that man or you're gonna leave him. So either or, I don't think you should pick a wood dude or a simp dude. Just find yourself a good man that is emotionally compatible with you and respect you, and that's it. And a man that can be a leader. Okay. Or the man that's already a leader. So yeah, that's what I got.
Interesting, guys. That was iPodcast, a window to new perspective. I'm kidding. As for me, guys, as for me, in conclusion, is it possible for someone to fall in love with more than one person at once? So it's very possible, but a smart man will choose only one to settle down, because that's a lot. So if you have a lot, you might as well give it to one. She's gonna be happy. And then as for the second one, do I think most female love woodmen or simps? I think most females says they love simps, but they actually love a woodman, a masculine man, because they love the assertive, the aggressivity. They love all that. But if you can be both, I think that's really critical, essential. Be both, guys. Be smart. Be both. When it's time, be sweet and sour. When it's time for you to be sweet, be sweet. When it's time for you to be aggressive, be aggressive.
Absolutely.
Not physical though.
Yeah.
Mentally, verbally, you can't be though. But sometimes you have to, as I said, you have to be both. As a smart man, be a simp, be an aggressive man, and then be a leader. And then take your wife with you. Lead the way. All right, guys, that was iPodcast. Last word, Mr. Lucas.
Oh, about simps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I agree with what you said though. It based on the woman's choice. You know, just like I mentioned earlier, most women would love, in the long run, they would be with a simp. You know, but like in the short term, they would want that energy of a bad guy or a rude boy.
Yeah.
In that man.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice, interesting. Miss B, last word.
Well, it was good to having you. It was good having you, Lucas. Thank you guys for watching as always. We'll see you next Sunday.
Mr. Pat, last word.
Thank you guys. You know, as Ms. B just stated, you know, it's always fun to, you know, talk to you guys. So I'll see you guys next time. And yeah.
Hey guys, our special guest, Mr. Lucas. iPodcast, a window to